Air Djibouti is going through a restructuring at the moment. The carrier was relaunched in 2015 with limited services. It took delivery of its first Boeing 737 in August this year, and it has plans of working with other well-established carriers like Ethiopian Airlines, Emirates and Fly Dubai. CGTN's Girum Chala spoke to the carrier CEO, Fulgoni, about the carrier's plans.
Air Djibouti has plans of relaunching itself and making a lot out of this market in the aviation industry in the region or the continent or globally at the same time. But what is the motivation of relaunching, strengthening the airline?
Well, aviation in Djibouti has had a number of false dawns, we accept that. But since then, there has been an enormous investment in Djibouti, 15 billion into a port infrastructure. There's the proposed business district. There's the enormous new 4,000 hectare free zone. The development of business in Djibouti requires a certain level of niche aviation support to deal with the sea traffic, to deal with the free zone enterprise that's taking place at the moment. For that, Djibouti needs to be in a position to distribute direct from Djibouti within the East African region and to a degree Trans-Africa as well.
As you understand, the African aviation industry itself has its own dynamics and challenges, and at the same time there is fierce competition here in the continent and globally to get a very good market. How is Air Djibouti going to survive?
Clearly, a country the size of Djibouti is not going to become a competition in aviation terms to Emirates or Ethiopian. Indeed, quite the opposite. It's our intention to cooperate with and to interline with these very efficient carriers. But in order to achieve that, there is a certain level of local niche traffic that needs to be supportive of the business growth within Djibouti itself.
Take us through the plan of investment of making Air Djibouti one of the strongest airlines in the region, perhaps.
The initial plan, the airline is small at the moment. It will grow slowly. One of the key hurdles to success of new airlines, even if they are government-backed, is the rate of growth. And also, another key failure point is the investment in new equipment too quickly. Now, as I'm sure you're aware, there are plans to build a new airport to the south of Djibouti. Hopefully 2.5 to 3 years we'll see some development of that new airport. That will help to improve the infrastructure. Already we are interviewing potential engineers and potential pilots to train them from ab initio. We already have Djiboutian cabin crew that we've trained because we would like to achieve two things. First of all, employment for Djibouti, number one, and number two, we'd like our airline to have a Djiboutian feel. To do those things, you have to have Djiboutian cabin crew. The airport is developing its own catering facilities. So all of these things are happening. All of these things will generate jobs in Djibouti, but it will take a while.